When you sign up for your cloud trial, you'll get an email from FICO providing a remote desktop connection for your own private trial area. To start the trial, just open the attachment, connect to the session, log in as the administrator using the password we're emailed separately, and you'll see a whole new window session launch on your desktop. The instance will open directly to the Model Builder application's welcome screen, where you can browse through some getting started information, or just jump right into the workbench. In this pre-configured workspace, you'll have some example datasets and scripts, along with the simple auto-lending project that's all ready to go. Once you've mastered that, then you can upload your own data and start building trial models from there. We'll start by opening the auto loans dataset, which has historical information about loans for new and used vehicles, including the business outcomes of those loans. From the dataset editor, we can launch several different analyses, including basic statistical views, we can create a new binning library, we can compare models' performance, or we can get right into building a new predictive model from the dataset. Model Builder provides a number of different algorithms to develop predictive models for a variety of different target types and business domains. In this example, we'd like to create a new model that distinguishes future good payers from those that default on their loan. And for that, we'll build a scorecard model that maximizes the divergence between these two groups. First, we select one of the dataset variables marked as playing the role of target. There are 3 on this particular dataset, and the one called loan performance has the most clearly labeled outcomes. In fact, this variable has 3 different classes, and I first need to select how I'll assign that into a binary target. We'll call this new variable target_GB and label its high-scoring and low-scoring classes as good and bad, respectively, which is how they'll appear in all of our downstream analyses and reports. I'll assign those loans that charged off and those that reached at least 3 levels of delinquency into the bad group, and assign the paid as agreed records as good. Also, we have an existing champion score in this dataset that we're trying to beat with our new model. To keep my project nice and tidy, I'm going to add a new folder called Models and place this new scorecard into that folder. This will also contain my binning library and my documented reports as I train the new model. This is also the place where we can give our model a more descriptive name. Because this is my first model, I won't likely have a binning library handy, so I'll ask Model Builder to make me a new one, and that'll contain all the candidate predictors from my dataset. Finally, we'll finish the wizard and let Model Builder's machine learning algorithms kick into action. When you finish the wizard, you'll see Model Builder signaling some actions in a pop-up progress window, in the console area on the lower right, and in the jobs view along the bottom. The jobs view will ultimately contain a complete history of modeling activities for all of the open projects in your workspace. And in fact, that job view will save that history across sessions until you decide you want to delete them. For a new scorecard, we have 2 activities kicked off as part of the parent analytic flow. The first is to prepare the dataset by adding the new binary target variable and by constructing that new binning library from the empirical data. Finally, Model Builder will then use those binning instructions to learn a new scorecard model and present the trained model back in the main editor. With our scorecard now trained, we can see which predictive variables have been chosen by the stepwise variable selection process, and we get an immediate visual read on the relative importance those variables play within the model. This embedded chart is plotting the marginal contribution of each of the 10 predictors that have been selected for the inclusion. And in this case, the variable that's contributing the most information to the model's total divergence is CB FICO, the credit bureau score. On the training data, CB FICO adds 0.533 to the total training divergence of 2.146, whereas on the test sample, CB FICO adds 0.552 to the test divergence of 2.294. The bar is colored green because there's a strong agreement between the marginal contributions across the training and testing samples. To better see the direct relationship between this predictor and that good-bad binary target, we can double-click the variable, and we'll see its binning pattern and its weight of evidence plot. Here I can see and alter precisely how CB FICO was binned and get another helpful visualization from the weight of evidence, or WOE, statistic. Returning to the whole model now, let's take a peek at the analytic reports that Model Builder has also rendered to help analyze and formally document the model we've just trained. In our Models folder, we'll now see several new entries, including a subdirectory of reports. The first you might look at is the performance report, which in this case plots and compares the trade-off curves and the KS curves of our new model versus that champion model on both the training and the testing samples. Second is the model training report, showing which variables have been selected, which have not been selected, their marginal contributions, the training details, the summary score statistics, and the actual model weights. This is a report where you can really dig into the details of your new scorecard model. Finally, The fit odds report shows us the degree to which our model achieves a linear relationship in the log odds, and that's important for scaling and the alignment of our scorecard models. Thanks for watching this brief tutorial on Model Builder's in-cloud trial, and happy model building!